Welcome back to Ravenport on Farming Simulator 19 for episode 14 with me, MrSealyp. I'm up at field 8. My intention today was off screen to put in a few hours doing contracts, building my money back up, taking screenshots of the contract at the start, the payment at the end, like I've done on a lot of my Let's Plays before, just to show that I haven't cheated and added money in some other nefarious way. But this contract that I was going to take on came up first. It's a spraying contract, but it's for weeds. It's for killing weeds. It's not a fertilising one. It's for herbicide. So I thought I'd show the start of it anyway. I mean, stupidly, I went to the store and I thought, oh, I've got loads of stuff already in the tank. So drove up here and realised it was actually fertiliser I had in here, not herbicide. And the herbicide's not cheap, but at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I have done a little bit more work. I'm going to accept the contract because I'm talking. I don't want to borrow items. Accept contract. Fantastic. So let's open this up. I have done a tiny little bit more landscaping down at the farm, only adding in some more tracks round to the various different feed stations, the water, like water butts, the large water butt we've got, and the what else? The bunker silo. I just thought I'd do that. It wasn't overly expensive, but I thought I'd get that done. So this was my thought. Yeah, just get in here and it's working, isn't it? Are they dying or not? I can't really tell. Now I'm doing that usual. Am I actually on field 8? I am. The contract was on field 8, wasn't it? Ha ha ha, right, let's just stop there 1 second. Yeah, field 8. Yeah, progress 1%. Awesome. Yeah, so done a little bit around the yard. And we're getting there. I just want to build up a large-ish chunk of money to maybe invest in another plot of land or another vehicle. It's interesting, there's a few issues with the BGA, in that initially, and someone sent me was it from the Giants forum? They sent me a clip, an excerpt, whatever you want to call it. And Giants had said that they'd fixed the prices at 500. I think it was 500 for 1,000 litres. I think that's what it was set at, and that was in all different modes. On every mode, it was 500. It was a set fixed price. After the update, that's gone a bit haywire, and people are putting their stuff into the BGA expecting a certain payout, and they're getting way less than they originally thought. So I don't know what's happened there, but it appears that silage on FS15 was like gold. And then it went to FS17. It wasn't as profitable, but if you did enough of it, you could make a ton of money, especially if the prices were good. To a point now where it's almost like they're going out of their way to stop you making money. I know that's not the case, but you know. And someone messaged me to say cotton is the new gold. Cotton bales since the update have gone through the roof. And I know I've done a couple of episodes on cotton already, and I thought I don't want to do another episode where I buy a field of cotton, I do the cotton harvest, and then sell the cotton bales, and I make a load of money because I've already done cotton. But I don't know. Maybe that's the way to go. Maybe cotton is the new gold mine. The problem is with doing this as well, I can't tell. I thought it'd be glaringly obvious where the weeds were dead and where they're not, and I can't actually tell. The problem is as well, unlike fertiliser, where it leaves a darker kind of patch, this doesn't, and I'm struggling to see where I've been already. That's going to prove a little bit more tricky, because I don't really be wanting to waste any herbicides, because this field's going to be massive, and I think I'm going to have to refill. I hope I don't have to refill 3 times. That's going to really eat into my profit, but we'll see how we get on. So yeah, I'm still in that kind of weirdly enough, whatever episode I'm on now, I can't remember now. Anyway, I'm still finding my feet in that, trying to assess now what is the most profitable crop. How, you know, don't know. I might give cotton a go. The cows are plodding away. They're quite happy. They're doing their thing. The farm, I have increased the size of the farm. We've got a plot of land. We've got cows now. We've got machinery we didn't have when we started, but it's just not progressing at the pace I want it to, you know. Speed farming. That's not what I want. I like the, you know, easy, slow approach to it all and taking your time. But from a viewer's perspective, that's not the most fun to watch, is it? Let's be honest. I would happily spend hours just tinkering around and going up and down fields, and that wouldn't bother me in the slightest. And I know I talk a lot, but I couldn't talk that much. Anyway, I'm going to continue this weeding. And then when I see you again later, I should have a fair bit more money in the bank than 41,517. Hopefully we'll have a bit more money in the bank than that. So I will see you probably much later. Well, I decided to do it, and I may well regret this, but because I can save the game through contracts now, it's not the end of the world. I'm up to 93,000. I've done a few contracts, 3 contracts. Did a couple of herbicide spraying ones, then I did a fertilising on field 4. This is the big one. It's field 11, but it's sugar beet. It pays 52,000. No, 50. Hang on, we'll check that in a minute. 50 something thousand, but this is going to take me some time to do. When I say some time, a huge amount of time, I would imagine. Hours and hours, but it's okay. It's like I said the other day, I'm not feeling well, I'm not doing anything else, and I'll just sit here feeling sorry for myself. So I might as well do that whilst doing this. Let's have a quick check actually, just so I remembered. Or just something remembered, just something thought. Field 11, 53,200. And interestingly, I mean, this is what still baffles me with some of these contracts, is that when they offer you equipment to lease, and some of them charge you an absolute bomb for, you know, leasing equipment. This one was only 1,000, I think 1,300 and something to lease this harvester, the header trailer, a truck, like semi, and a semi-trailer. That's crazy, but I'm not knocking it. I'll take that all day long. So we should make just over 50,000, which is going to definitely help. There was a sowing contract. I do want to test that because since the update I haven't tried them. Before the update, sowing contracts, every time you clicked on them, the vehicles would disappear and the contract would disappear from the menu. So I want to try one of those later on as well. I may drop back into this in a little while when I'm a bit further through this contract, and then we'll probably then do a little bit towards the end of the contract. The sowing one's available, I might drop into that. So this episode may be a little bit more about me actually building the money up rather than just, because I thought I'll just build the money up off screen and then I'll do the episode afterwards. But realistically, the equipment I'm using and stuff I'm doing to get to that point is, as far as I'm concerned, personally, just as interesting as an episode separately, isn't it? Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. That's the plan. This is nearly full already. Crazy. Okay, this is going to take a lot of runs, isn't it, backwards and forwards. So I think I'm going to be hiring a worker. Every time I take a load down to, it's got to go to the pork grain elevator. I hope this doesn't give me issues like the Felsborough potato harvest did. I'm going to double check everything to make sure that's where it's supposed to go. I'm not taking it by train. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not risking it. That would be the sensible option, but I'm not taking the chance. So we'll do pipe out. I should be able to raise that up. There we go, and 2. Fantastic. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go and grab the truck, bring that back. I'll carry on with the harvest, and I will see you all much later. For you it will be almost instantaneous. For me, not so much. See you in a bit. I'm heading down to the port grain elevator for another offload, and I think we're just over halfway. I'm pretty sure just over halfway. It's taken a while, but I knew it would. I've had some strange happenings. It's a peculiar one. I started off when I was filling up the trailer to 48,000 litres, but I was finding to do that sometimes it was catching the harvester on the wrong side, if you know what I mean, as it's going down through the crop, which meant stopping the harvester and that kind of thing. So I thought it'd make life a bit easier if I just filled it up on its way along one row, and if it wasn't quite 48,000 litres, whoa, I don't like that still, it didn't matter. Every time I unload here, it says an extra 5% has gone in. So I'm at 50%. This should come up. Now, weirdly enough, this has only got 42,000 litres in, not 48,000. But if I unload it, it doesn't seem to matter whether I've got 48,000 in it, 42,000 in it, 43,000 in it. I had one load where I think it all kind of combined a little bit and it had gone out of sync. Oh, that says 54. Isn't that typical? The first time it's done that. Anyway. Yeah, I had one load, I brought 37,000 down, not even 40,000, and it said it had gone up another 5%, and that just proved me wrong. So we are 54% delivered, and according to the contract, 57% complete. If I go across to here, that should reset itself. Yeah, same with 57% complete. I suppose that goes out a little bit that side, and that comes in a little bit that side, which balances. Yeah, I guess we're about halfway, aren't we? So that shouldn't be too bad. Field 4 that I did a fertilising job on and got 20 grand for has just popped up on the job sheet again, because it's gone into the next growth stage. So there's another 20 grand fertilising job on that, and field 4 I can do with my rear tank and my front tank, a total of 3,700 litres in one go. I don't have to refill to do that. It does mean, I think, sometimes when you finish a job, if you've got fertiliser or herbicide left, because you can't sell it back now since the update, I keep it on hand so that those little small bits kind of all add up. And then you'll get, every now and again, you'll get a contract where it doesn't cost you anything for your fertiliser or your herbicide or even seed. I've still got those two things of seed sitting there. So I'm hoping, there's a couple of sowing contracts down there, but they're not for very much. There was a sowing contract on here before for about 20 grand. I thought, oh, I'll do that one. Oh yeah, 27,000. If that's still available when I finish this, I might, like I say, I'm going to test that out. But anyway, so yeah, we're ploughing on, we're doing well. It is a pity you can't take on more than one contract at a time. It would be quite cool to have multiple contracts going and kind of bounce between them, and that would be quite cool, because you could have workers going on the contracts. If you were hauling, if you were harvesting, you could just be the driver, driving between the different contracts and just haul into all the different. That'd be pretty cool. Not this isn't cool. I'm just saying it would be, you know. Anyway. It's all good. It's all good. Here I stand. Field 11 is cleared of all sugar beet, and I've decided, despite my previous warning to myself, I'm going to give the rail network a second chance, because after I think I made an error based upon what people told me when I did my Potatoes of the Night episode on Felsbrunn, and I didn't complete the task because I lost a load of potatoes somewhere on the way. Yeah, so I have saved the game at this point. So if this all goes horribly wrong, I'll come back to this point and I will take it all down by lorry. That's not a problem. I can do that. It's so good that we can save our lives at one point and go back to that point if we need to. Now here's the thing. On board this train, I have now filled up this car with sugar beet, this one with sugar beet, and the root crop one down there with sugar beet. There's 300,000 litres on this train. There's also in storage here 98,178 litres, and according to the contract we are 92% complete. We've just got to deliver the rest of the sugar beet. Now what happened last time when I did this, I was assured that where I'd gone wrong was I got out of the train. If we look at you should just be able to see the open car. That's full there. What? That's full there. I got out of the train to go and have a look at it unloading, and I didn't notice because obviously I was trying to record and talk and do everything else at the same time. But the eagle-eyed amongst you noticed that as soon as I got out of the train, the counter stopped dropping or continued. Something happened and I lost the load. Anyway, like I say, I'm going to whiz round. We'll go to the port grain silo and we'll unload from here. If this all goes horribly wrong and it doesn't allow me contract complete and something goes amiss again, one, I will know not to use the trains or trust the trains ever again. But I'm going to stay on board the train this time to make sure this doesn't go wrong. If this all works out fine, brilliant. Now, if I complete the task, complete the contract with what's in here, I've still got 98,000 litres in storage which need to be sold. Now, it may well need that 98,000 to complete this contract. So we'll just see how that pans out. I'm hoping with sugar beet, because of the yield situation, that there should be a bit of leeway on this one. I don't know. Again, who knows? So I'll see you down at the port grain silo in a minute. And yeah, fingers crossed this one working alright this time. I hope so. And if we can get this one done fairly quickly, then we can get the try and do a sowing contract. That's not as in seamstress, you know, like sowing, planting, seeding. Anyway, you know what I meant. I was just kidding. So yeah. So I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to unload this front car first, then we'll check the statistics. If it's worked, I'm going to save it. Then I'll do the next car, save it, and so on. Because if there is an error with one of them, I can establish which one that is, skip that, and take that back up to the silo, unload it, and bring that down by truck. So it's kind of a bit of trial and error on this. I'm just curious. I don't know why, you know, like I say, plenty of people were convinced that's what it was, so I'm fingers crossed on that. We are over the unload point. There we go, start overloading sugar beet. I'm on my first car, so let's unload. The counter is going down, which means we are unloading. If I don't get out but have a look down there, it is unloading. That's not the scary bit. The scary bit's whether or not this is working. 94. 70 cent. 70 cent? 70 cent transported. Okay. Next train car. I went a bit too fast on that one. Let's back up a bit. Oh man, this doesn't want to know. Stop there. This could be the one that gives me grief, I don't know. So I need to switch to the second one. It says start overloading. Or overloading. overloading, and it is unloading. So again, I'm staying in the train. I'm not getting out. The counter's going down. Fingers crossed. Come on. The good bit will be if it suddenly hits the maximum and my money starts going up, then I'll know we've cracked it. But I've got a funny feeling it's going to take all of this, isn't it? Oh, come on. That's just not fair. Right, now I check again. If this hasn't gone off... Oh, 97%, 83% transported. So now I've got to swing this round because we need to get right to the last, second to last. Switch that up the top left-hand corner. Second to last car. Got to find the sweet spot. It should come up because I've already switched the car. There we go. Okay. And away we go. Counter's dropping. I think I'm still going to need what's in the silos, aren't I? Got a funny feeling. $93. This cannot leave me this short. No way. 99% complete. I've only got just under 100,000 litres in that other one. This is really worrying now. Oh, I was hoping I'd have spare. The margins on these contracts are so tight now. You always used to have a bit of leeway, and you do seem to get on the fertilising ones and those kind of jobs. You don't have to fertilise the entire field. There is a little bit of leeway, but these ones, yeah, not so much. Anyway, right, I'll see you back there in a minute when I've got that 98,000 litres, and hopefully this will be contract complete. Okay, so the 8,178 is gone. All that's left is 90,000. Oh, fingers crossed on this. Oh, I'm going to be really devastated. It is unloading. Contract finished. Money's going up. Yes. Because what that's now done... Oh. Well. 23,000 extra. Because I used the worker quite a bit, I think I used about $2,000 on the contract, which I've now made back. I believe the phrase is winner winner chicken dinner. Marvellous. I'm happy with that. Cool. I was really concerned for a while, but that's done. So if I now go onto here, another 51,352 is winging its way into the bank account. Collect. Thank you very much. Wow. A weeding job. Ah. Haven't done weeding yet, have we? That's only 5,000. Hang on a minute. I thought it was a fertilising job on field 4. Oh, mind you, it's taken me a long time to do that, hasn't it, really? There was a 20 grand fertilising job up for grabs, but I bet that's gone. That's annoying. That would have been a nice bit of money in the pocket, wouldn't it? Field 4 instead has got that weeding contract. I'm considering doing the weeding, although I did want to check out sowing, didn't I? Sowing's what we're going to do next, because I want to see... Do I just go straight in for that big one at 27 grand? On field 5, which is a fair size, I think. Which is up here somewhere, isn't it? There. Yeah. I think I will. How are we looking in the bank account now? 165,000. What did I start this episode on? 40 something? 47? 41? Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't even know why I'm still taking the train. Oh, because it will get me back up towards the store. I'll use the train to get to the store. Right, so I'll get that one set up. I'm going to lease the equipment for that one because I don't have a seeder, but I do have some seed. So fingers crossed on this one, because we have had problems before the update with sowing contracts not working. So let's see, shall we, if this works. Why do I keep pressing the wrong button? There we go. Scroll across to contracts, and that's what we want. Sowing contract. Accept contract or borrow items. We want to borrow them, not borrow them. This is going to hit us a bit for seed, but this is not seeding and fertilising, I don't think. It just says fill with seeds. So, borrow items. Says active. And the stuff's there. Nice, we've got Stair Terrace, is it? Terrace CBT. Fantastic. And now this one, the Lemkin Solitaire on 17. Was it Solitaire 12? Had a few issues, as I recall, here and there, a few little glitchy problems, but fingers crossed. Now, one thing I have noticed, and this is odd, is I know the whole thing when I did the video on repair of vehicles and it being linked to your dirt setting, that since the update they have adjusted that, so if you turn your dirt setting off you still have to do repair. That I know, that's a given, no problem at all. The weird thing is I've got mine set on slow, I haven't turned it off. If you turn it off it will just put it on its lowest repair setting possible. But when I was doing the last contract, the repair of leased vehicles, that one's already starting off needing repair. That on the green on the left hand side of the main dial is already showing that Stair Terrace needs repair, and I've only just got it. They're leasing dodgy equipment, that's what they're doing. It's not on, this day and age. Now, this seed I bought when I tried to do a sowing contract before the update, because it didn't work. Why is this not? The seeder needs to be open, so you can open the cover, so you can fill it up. Wow, okay. Why did that not have much seed in it? I'm going to need more than that. This is not going to end up being overly productive, is it? Oops. Pretend you didn't see that. Pretend you were looking somewhere else when I crashed into that IBC behind me. We want seed big bags. Let's get 1, 2. I don't want to overdo it, but then I don't know. Let's start with 2 more, and then we'll assess it from there. Because otherwise you end up with loads sitting spare and it's costing you money. So, anywho, it's all going pretty well so far. Happy with today's efforts. What I'll probably do is, before the next episode, do some more. I will get some more cows. That's definitely on the list of things to purchase. Other than that, I'm thinking of getting a hay loft, but again, I don't know what mods are on the horizon really, and as is often the case with my luck, I'll buy a hay loft for 90,000, is it? I think 90,000. And then Monday a mod will come out and it will be a forage and chip silo, or it will be just my luck. I'm going to double check this because yeah, field 5, isn't it? Yeah, with barley, and I've got it set on barley, haven't I? Double check. So what we'll do is we'll all pretend that I didn't just empty all the seed out by the side of the road. Nobody saw that. It was a figment of your imagination. I I have got it set on barley. I'm thinking, which I do a lot of. As far as a new tractor goes, I know everyone's, I've said this before, everyone is sort of the John Deere route because it's new in game. I might get a Deutz-Fahr because I haven't had one of the newer Deutz-Fahrs in quite some time. I used the one on my test map the other day, the 9340 TTV, is it? Oh, wow, the interiors on those things are amazing. I remember on 17, the interiors on the Deutz-Fahrs and the Lamborghini being pretty impressive. And the weird thing is, I've steered well clear of the Lamborghinis for quite a long time, and there's a reason. Because when I did my tractor driving experience, and I chatted to the guy Rob, who was from Hilltop Farm, where I did it from Farm Adventure, and he said, I asked if they'd always had John Deeres because they're a John Deere farm, and he said they actually a while back had bought a Lamborghini. And he said it was awful. It was terrible. That's no disrespect to Lamborghini or anything. He said it just didn't have the oomph it needed. It was just lacking a little bit. They weren't overly impressed, and so yeah, they got rid of it. And the weird thing is, since then, I've kind of been very anti-using it. I don't know why. It's strange, isn't it? But anyway, maybe one day. So, this is a fair size field. It's not a bad size seeder, so should be right here. Got it on barley. Whoa, see that start straight away. Now that's interesting because it'll be the hydraulic lines, won't it? So hydraulic pumps and stuff, because there's not a PTO running. Let's crack on. So this is the first sowing contract I have done in-game. I'm pretty sure there are loads of you out there who've done loads since the update went live. But with Christmas and all the other stuff that's been going on, and, you know, I just haven't done it. So depending on how much seed we use on this contract, this should give us another 20, what did I say, it was 27, and less the leasing cost for the bits and bobs on here. So that's going to take us up to about 180, maybe 188. I want to do enough contracts to get us up around sort of 300,000 mark. Not that, like I say, not that I've got my eye on anything in particular. I just want to have some money to sort of move forward. I could probably do with getting a plot of land. So maybe looking at a plot that's got a crop in it that's going to make us a bit of money as well. Buy that plot of land, do the harvest, so we've got a bit of a double whammy really. Get a plot of land and the... I don't really want to field flip. I know, you know. Accepted, not accepted, whatever way you look at it. I'd rather not. In some cases I think I will. Things like logging and things like that, because when you're doing a let's play you can kind of justify it as you've been contracted to do, cut some trees or whatever it might be, clear some land for somebody, and that kind of thing. That's not too bad. I don't mind field flipping a plot of land that's got trees on it and stuff if you're going to be doing that kind of thing, but I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, never mind. You know, that's... I know I've discussed it loads before, I don't want to discuss it again. It's not bad actually, this cedar. I like this. I've used stayers every now and again. I think I said I had a stayer terrace, an orange one, on Chellington, I think. I'm trying to think when else I've used them. Nice tractors. Now what I should really do is just go up and down, shouldn't I? I'm just looking at the best idea. Dropping it down was what we're going to do. There we go. And we'll get to the end of the field. Then you lift it up. Brilliant. Right, turn it around. So anyway, I think what I will do now then with all the excitement of doing the harvest on field 11, and luckily I didn't take a beating. I couldn't resist, I'm sorry. We did alright. We finally got a root crop harvest done that didn't cause us problems, which is always good. That's really playing havoc with my eyes. I feel like I'm going sideways. That's why I'm adjusting the tractor, because the lines are running in a different direction to the direction I'm travelling. Whoa, that's playing havoc with my eyesight. That's an optical illusion and a half, that, isn't it? What is happening there? Okay. Whoa. Shouldn't they be running in the direction I'm driving, not that way? Right. But anyway, yeah, so we've made some money, done alright with the root crop, covered my costs, and to be fair, that extra bit of money I made from the sugar beet has covered the cost of a little bit of the herbicide that I did for one of the earlier contracts. It's covered the costs of hiring a worker. You know, I've done alright out of that. I'm pleased. Bizarre. So I think with that, we've come to the end of another episode. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go to edit this and suddenly think, oh, I'm so short. You know, I apologise if this is a short episode. I think because it's taken me so long to do the harvest, in my head it's going to be too long, but that doesn't mean anything. What I've recorded and what I've actually spent time doing are two completely different things. So we'll see. It may well be a short episode. But don't worry if it is. Tomorrow's Monday. We'll see what comes out from Giants. Maybe we'll get some mods. Who knows? Although, to be fair, it's New Year's Eve, so I don't know if they're going to be back into work till the new year. I'm not sure. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'll get a video out. I am still intending to record something for Subnautica. I really do want to get back on Red Dead Redemption. It's, like I say, it's just finding the hours in the day. But I will get there. We'll get on it. I've started sending out the prizes for the competition winners. Mr. Peach has already received his gift card. I did a digital download for that, so he's got his, and the others are winging their way out to you as soon as possible. Obviously it's Sunday here today, so as soon as I can get to a post office, I have to get those things posted to you. They might take a little while to get to you, but they are definitely on their way. So anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.